this famous button. And a happy Thursday to us. And you know what that means. Or deux demis and one grand. Make sure your allonges are anticipatory. Relax your feet on the floor and all of that fun stuff. Here we go. While you're there, make sure your elbow is not behind you on the bar. And relax your jaw. All right, here we go. To the other side, please. And toes and the toes and the toes, heel down and in and out, stretch and close. There's one last toe action. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8 and the 1, 2 and the 3, your heel down, brush it in, brush it out, and the stretch. Or roll through your feet one way. Reverse that roll through to reverse. Tendre your toes, heel down, in and flat, out and flat, stretch your foot, close. Side and the toes and the toes and the heel and the in and the out and the stretch and the close. Front, toes, heel, in, out, stretch, close. Roll through in your first. Stay right there. That's all it is. And let's have our arms twice in that third position when we are rolling through today. Okay, here we go. Little toe back, heel forward, and your heel. Little toe leads, heel leads, stretch, and close. 1. Really work with both legs. Knees first. Stretch. Here we go, reverse. Toes down, heels up, hips down, knees up, shoulders down, chest up, close your little fingers, and relax. Alright, here we go, to the other side, and 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8 and the 1, 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8. Let's have one more tone so you can roll through in your second, and there we go. 4 to the front, 3 to the back, 2 to the side, 1 encore front, side and back, then go front, back, outside, inside, reverse. 1 additional tone during the very end to get to your second position for a roll through in second, with your arms in second. Careful, your port bra always wants to finish in second position. After 4 counts, 3 counts, 2 counts, before you take your arms again into your next tendus. Are you good, Greg?
After the 4 front, 4 back, it's 2 to the side.
No, hold on. It's 4 front, 3 back, 2 side. It's a 4-3-2-1 pattern.
Oh.
Yeah, so your portable gets faster. First one is nice and leisurely. Second one is a count shorter. Third one is yet a count shorter. Before you have 1 encore front, side and back. And then you switch to outside, front, inside, back, outside, front, inside, back. Then it reverses. Okay. And here we go. Chain your arm has a porta bra. And 3. Open it to second. Now 3. 1, 2, 3. Now 2. 1 and 2. And the front. And the side. And the back. Front and back. That's it. Reverse 1. 4 with your porta bra chain. And 3. 2. 1. Now 2. And 1. One more tone to your second to roll through. And relax when you're ready. That's it. Okay. Here we go. To the other side, please. And careful, really active fingertips. To get started with each of these porta bras. Dyslexia speaking 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5 and the 6 and the 7. 1 and the 2 and the 3. 2 on the inside, 2 on the outside, and 2 on the inside, and 1 in the 2 and the 3 soutenu. 1 front, 2 side, 3 back, 2 inside front, 2 outside side, 2 inside back, 3 en croix outside. 1 back, 2 side, 3 front, 2 inside back, 2 outside side, 2 inside front, 3 en croix and soutenu. Regular port de bras this time. So now it's a 1, 2, 3 pattern. Yeah.
1.
Yes.
2, 3.
2 inside front. Now 2 outside side, 2 inside back, 3 en croix. Yep, plié. There we go. Only slightly asymmetrical. Okay, here we go. And 1, 2. That's it. Well, let's make sure we push into the floor in our toes. Toes first, heels second, knees third. Other side, here we go, and 1. Just push down into the floor. I guess Gregg would have won this round. If it were a competition, which it is not. It's always 6 dégagés in a soutenu. I think in some point we did this one already. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5 and the 6 soutenu. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6, 2 more dégagés. That makes it 6. 1 and the 2 and the soutenu, 4 more dégagés to the back. Balançoire 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and 8, reverse from the back and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 soutenu, 7 and 8, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 soutenu, 5 and the 6, 2 more dégagés, 7 and the 8, 2 to the front in the soutenu, 4 more dégagés. Balançoire 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5 and the 6 and the 7, just stay right there. 6 dégagés soutenu, 4 dégagés soutenu, and 2 more dégagés to make it 8. 2 dégagés soutenu, and 4 more dégagés to make it 8. Balançoires, close fifth back, reverse on the left. So your soutenu is traveling through the phrase. Are we good? Quick toes, no cheating.
So the 4 dégagés before the balançoire, either to the front or to the back. They're not to the side, is that correct?
That is quite correct, because your side set is always in the middle. It's a front, side, back pattern. So the first time around you have 2 to the back before your soutenu, and then 4 more to make it 8. Now 4 more to finish the phrase, then you have your balançoires. 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 5 and a 6 and a 7 close fifth. Reverse. So all you do is take 2 dégagés away, replace them with a soutenu, and then give them back in the end. All right, here we go. And here we go, and a fifth. and 4. Balance wise. Close 5th back. 1. Just push down into the floor. Tall standing side. 2. Front. Soutenu. Front. Balance one. And step. And relax when you're ready. Alright. Yeah, Gregg, there are no inside dégages. Whatever your legs were thinking wasn't quite
Yeah, I
correct.
don't know how I got to that one.
All right, here we go. Left side, please. Jane, a little bit more destination 5th. Yeah, try to have your accents in 5th. Okay, here we go. Left side, please. Of course, we're looking for super tight 5ths in your super news. I want. That's right. Balance wise. Close 5th back. You're on the right side, Gregg. Front. If it had been a competition, that round would have gone to Jane. But I'm sure, Gregg, you did that on purpose because you're such a gentleman.
All right.
Perfect. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5, close 5th, 2 chevals, 1 and the 2, 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6, 2 chevals, front and the side and the back and the side, 4 more dégagés. Passez on flat, feel yourself, close your 5th. 6 and the 5 and the 4 and the 3 and the 2 and the 1, 2 chevals, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6, 2 chevals. Keep chevaling, back and the side and the front and the side, 4 more dégagés. Passerelle, we just stay right there. Six and two, 4, 4, passé. Careful with your port de bras. When you come from the front, en dehors. When you come from the back, en dedans. Here we go. And. And a toes. 5th, 5th. 5th, 5th, front, side. 4 more. Close behind, passé flat. There we go, feel yourself. Reverse, and 1. Careful, just add the other side instead of lifting your arm or taking the other side away from you. And relax. All right. And here we go to the other side. And clear heads this time. It's obstructing one side. There. That's it. Correct. All right. Parallel stretch and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7, turn it out. Tom Ligier 2 and the 3 and the 4. Step right. 1 and the 2 and the forward and back. So these are a little quicker. Portable forward, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8. Rance and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8. Plié to couper, to passer, relevé. Open your second. Parallel stretch and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6, turn it out. 1 and the 2 and the back and the front, up and over back. 6, 7, 8. On the jambes 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8. Plié to couper, to passer. Open your second. Keep stretching wherever you want to stretch. Or whatever you want to stretch. So careful, temps de liés are quicker. And here we go. Forward and back. Quarter right, 5. Feel your structure when you open that arm and over. Careful not to drop your elbows during this quarter. Plié front to couper. Plié back to plié, and plié up to your relevé. Again, on that side. Open your second. Here we go. And no timing is great, just an opening 2 seconds. Now you get your temps de liés at 1. And 2, and 3, and 4, and up and over back, and 6, to the other side. And because we talked about it. Let's go 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the down to your flat. You're facing the bar. 5 and the 6 and the 7 to arabesque. Front and the side and the back and the side and the front. Feel the same thing once again to arabesque pas de bruit. Back and the 2 and the 3 you're en face. Side and the 2 and the 3 you're back to where you came from. Back and the side and the front and the side and the back. Fouilleté en dehors. Pas de bruit soutenu. Front and the front and the front. Plié. Quarter rotation with your arms in second, please. Side and the 2, and obviously this is unflat. Plié to your relevé. Close fifth. Front and the side and the back and the side. There are 5 of them for an auto fouilleté en dedans. Feeling that in between second position once again. Pas de bruit to reverse. So after that first quarter fouilleté, just bring your heel down from your relevé. So you can do your frappé side and flat. Unless you're crazy and you want to do them on half point, be my guest, especially in that en dehors set. Front, 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 half of a fouilleté. Side, 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 the other half of that en dedans fouilleté. The first time you're going on the don, Craig. The second time you're going on the or. Just saying. Then 5 frappés encore from the front. Plié, one more on the don for you and the pas de bourrée. 2 reverse. So your first set goes, everything goes on the don because you're starting from the front. Half a fouetté, correct? Not a full fouetté.
1,
Yes.
2,
3,
here.
4. Yes, but don't hold on to the bar. Stay with your arms in second. That's the whole point. Yeah. So you're not touching the bar. You're facing the bar, but please don't touch it. That is why that thing is unflat. So you can have these 3 frappés to plié unflat without holding onto the bar. Then you have encore front side, back side, one more front. So there are 5 of them. Now put it all together, plié fouetté. Face the bar again. Do not neglect facing the bar. Before you go all the way to arabesque. Even so, it doesn't stop. It just goes through. I just like you to feel it in the pas de bourrée. Correct. Now you can reverse it. 3 fouetté, 3. The other half of the fouetté. 5 from the back. So you have to close and change your leg. On the fouetté, feel the same facing once again without stopping in between, of course. That's right. Pas de bourrée. Done. Let's just be done. After the first side, we'll take the second side afterward, in case there are things to talk about. Okay. And here we go. Jane, it would have been so nice to see that little en face before you finish in the front, that last fouetté from arabesque on the oar. Craig, you're landing on flat, but the fouettés themselves do go via half point and then just heel down without plié. Is that making sense? Plié, relevé, heel down. That's right. Then you have 5 frappés, so don't take that last fouetté from the side. It needs to come either from the front or from the back. That is why I yelled at you in the most kind way possible. I'll be good to try the other side. That's right, Jane, just a little bit more aggressive there with your standing leg heel. Remember, on the don is heel driven, on the oar is working leg driven. Thank you, that's it, right. All right, here we go. Left side. One. Here we go. Front, fouetté. Okay. I guess that deserves a redo. Now, let's not make too much out of that last fouetté, Jane. It is a regular fouetté to the other side. I just want you to feel facing either the bar or facing your room in transit to your next direction. So you don't have to stop in between. That just wants to be a regular one. But it would be nice to see these positions rather than hiding them. Correct. The only thing you have to do is do 5 frappés en croix in your last set. So your fouetté can come from the front when it is on the don or from the back when it is on the oar. So you can feel the same thing we just broke down once completely connected. That is the whole purpose of it. Is that making a little bit more sense?
I hope so.
Okay, frappés are still below your knee, so when you take your fouetté, especially to à la seconde, There's no reason to have the leg too high. Yeah, keep it nice and low, so you don't push yourself over too far to your standing side. Make sure you're using your arms and your legs appropriately instead of letting one or the other getting ahead of one or the other. Here we go. And there we go. Careful not too high. Strike the floor. Pas de bruit and finish. We're done, Greg. Not 4, 5 frappés encore. You're still taking your fouettés from à la seconde instead of taking it from the front or from the back, Greg. Careful.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Left side, please. And. That's it, really use your standing side. You're getting a hang of it. That's it. And over. Sure, Greg, why don't you finish here? We'll bring this one back tomorrow, what do you say? I guess it was too easy. I guess that works. Portable to the bar and 2 and that's not right. Fondu à la seconde and 2, hold it 3 and 4 to the bar 6 and 7 and 8. Développé à la seconde through to effacé front, so you're changing your angle. Through passé to arabesque. One switch leg, fondu to the front, fondu to the side. No. Switch leg, fondu to the front. Yes, fondu to the side, fondu to the back, fondu to the side. Port the bras away from the bar. Close fifth, soutenu, other side. Fondu side, 3 and 4. Port the bras to the bar. Développé à la seconde. Change to the front away from the bar. Through passé to arabesque, 3 and 4. One fondu to the front, one fondu to the side, one fondu to the back, one fondu to the side. Port the bras away from the bar, fifth and soutenu. So it's a fondu développé sandwich. Everything is sideways in the beginning. Fondu, port the bras to the bar, développé à la seconde. From there, développé, angle yourself, croisé front. Heel forward to arabesque. From there, switch legs, fondu to the front, fondu to the side, fondu to the back. And to the side. Away from the bar. Soutenu.
Alex,
Yeah.
after développé the second, it comes to passe.
Yes, to pass it, feel it like a rond de jambe en dehors into your développé croisé front, angling away from the bar, and then it's like a rond de jambe en dedans to get to your arabesque. Then switch legs for your four fondus en croix with changing legs, and before you put it away from the bar, and soutenu to the other side. Okay. And it is an adagio, just saying. And here we go. 4 counts for your first fondu. So there's a balance built into it. Feel yourself right there. Melt into your port de bras and 5. Développé, à la seconde, Gregg, not à côté. Now to croisé front through passé. Into your arabesque. Fondu front. Fondu side. Fondu back. When you're ready, port de bras to the bar, away from the bar. One more fondu to the side, Gregg. Port de bras and soutenu. Feel 2 heels forward. Melt. It starts with développé à la seconde en face. Through these fondus, and remember there's 4 of them. Feel that balance for a second again, and port de bras. And finish. Okay. One and a 2, 3 and a 4, développé away from the bar, close your 5th, demi-plié back to where you came from. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, développé to the bar, close 5th, demi-plié back to en face. Side and a 2 and a 3 and a demi-plié, développé grand battement, close 5th, back to en face, cloche and the cloche and the cloche and the stretch, plié like yesterday, 1.5, close 5th, back, you're on the other side. Front, angle yourself for your développé grand battement, close 5th, then with your plié come back to your direction on the bar. The same to the back, stay en face, développé angles, close 5th, with plié come back to your en face, side and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, open it, écarté back, close 5th back, demi-plié back to en face on the bar, cloche and the 2 and the 3, stretch on 4, plié 5th, no hesitation, 1.5 on the or, close 5th back. And careful not to drop your elbows while you do so. 2 grand battements, 1 grand battement, développé. Straight back to your 5th, and then demi-plié. Grand battement, stay always en face, it's only your développé angling itself. With your demi-plié, you always return to en face. Then you have your 4 cloches, plié, and 1.5 C. Close 5th back, you're on the other side.
The cloche comes from the back.
Yes, it does. because your equity back closed in fifth back. And then don't hesitate. Take your plie, take your arms to a nice clean first position, ideally without pushing off the bar, etc., etc. Here we go. And quick toes into the floor. Let's not forget that plie right before you develop here. Plie, develop, close, plie, open it, plie, close, and go. 1. Let's not forget that plie thing. Always plies. You're still on fast. Plie. Angle yourself. Plie again. And 1. And 2. Equity. 1. And again plie. And a clutch. Okay. Now, Jane, for whatever odd reason, Zoom played a trick on you
Oh,
and slightly slowed down your pirouettes. So when your future self is watching your present self, take a look at where your first position finishes up while you're turning.
both times.
Yes, it was extremely consistent. And then, of
I
course,
felt like I didn't even the second one.
and then, of course,
By then.
don't hesitate is probably open to interpretation. Okay, let's have a nice stretch before we come to the center. All right. What can I say? A little bit from today, a little bit from yesterday. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8 and the 1. And the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5 and the 6, 7 and the 8. All turns are on the way.
Oh, okay.
So there's no reverse in this one. 4 front, 3 back, 2 side with the appropriate speed of port de bras. 1 more to the side, then croisé, side, croisé, side, croisé. And as you're closing, plié, pirouette. Back foot. Back, yep, to the right, but with your arms in third. Then you're on the other side with your first tendu change to en face. How is Gregg?
Okay.
All right. And close fifth back. That's exactly right, Jane. Are we good to mark this?
Yeah.
All right. Let's settle on croisé front arms in first instead of up there. So the only time you take your arms up are for the coupé turn. Oh, we good to give this a try. Careful, there is really no time to sit in any pliés. Just saying. By design. Yes, Gregg, I see you stunned.
The Alaskan always changes, right?
Yes. I don't know if you're doing the right thing. You're switching legs each time. À la seconde left, right leg. Tendu is left leg. À la seconde right leg. Tendu is left leg. À la seconde right leg. Tendu is left leg. 1 count to get around and land in fifth back to switch back to en face and start on the left. So it switches legs all the time. Okay.
I have an extra count in there. So, well, it's all right. Okay.
You do? We'll see. All right,
Okay.
here we go. And 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Go. 1, there as well. Mhm. Yeah. Yes. Greg, you have to finish your set 2 to the side before you start with the same foot to the side again for your next pattern that goes side front and side back. That was your mistake on the left. And yes, the 2 tendus to the side do deserve their port de bras before we go into the next thing. Yes, Jane, I see a question emerging somewhere.
Oh, no, I was just thinking about whether I did that or not.
I was slightly distracted by Mr. Portland up there. But that is a wonderful reason to do it one more time, so I can be non-distracted and eagle eye in on you. All right, here we go, and down. 2, 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 1 1 go. Almost. 2, 1 more. And relax. All right, a little bit better, but no reason to double plie there, Jane.
Yeah.
Tendu, close plie, coupé, close plie. Done. That's that hesitation being open to interpretation thing. All right.
Using it just to get out of this.
Mm-hmm. Why make it complicated when it can be easy? Starting en face again, passé 1, hold 2, you can 3 and 4, plié, effacé, close 5th. Passé and 2 and 3 and 4, plié, développé to the back. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, plié to écarté back. Pas de bourrée to your 4th, attitude, temps lié, plié, demi-rond, close your 5th, en face, passé. Get there as quickly as you can, hold it. At your relevé, 3 and 4, demi-plié, effacé, and close. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, demi-plié, croisé, close. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, demi-plié, écarté to pas de bourrée to 4th. Attitude, temps lié, demi-rond, close. So it does pick up on what we did previously, just a little different. It's just a passé à de relevé before you develop it into demi-plié. Let me show this one more time for Jane. En face, passé, stay, and 2, and 3, and 4, demi-plié, effacé, close 5th. Passé, stay, and 2, and 3, and 4, demi-plié, 2 croisé back. Passé 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, demi-plié, écarté. Pas de bourrée to your 4th. Attitude, temps lié back, plié 4th, demi-rond, close your 5th. Passé 2, 3, 4, plié. Passé 2, 3, 4, plié. Passé 2, 3, 4, plié, pas de bourrée. Attitude, temps lié back, fourth plie demi-rond. So little balancine finish there. Close fifth. Are we good to mark this?
Yep.
All right. Is Jane good to mark this too?
I think so.
Excellent. Let's start in croisé and then take it to en face with your passing. Get there as quickly as you can. Feel that opposite arm helping you to go where you need to go. And it's the opposite arm again. There is some phrasing discretion. Make sure we're not twisting. Attitude. Tendez, pliez, déviant. Finish. Okay. And here we go. So let's start in a nice croisé chain and then with your passage change to en face. And here we go. That needs to go a little quicker into your passage. Push down. And one. That was not a bad attempt there, Greg. Just decide sooner how much you want to do. We are en face and we are going to effacer. Use your arms, long arms. Even third. That was better, Greg, but we're landing in Tonlier back. After the attitude, not after the demi-rond. All right. We'll count it as our dress rehearsal. Now, how much time do we need to get our foot from our fifth up to that passé? In my world, it would be one count, and that is the end of it. So you actually can establish yourself rather than letting it creep up there like a little spider crawling. Instead of establishing the position completely, almost rigid, then using that position for your next thing. Instead of... And there is no delineation between the two. Is that making sense? Jane, careful, careful, careful. Your third position is not even and too far open, which is one of the reasons why we have a struggle with it. So really make sure for you exaggerate. Close it a little bit more so it becomes symmetrical. So you can use it right. Instead of being somewhere over here. Exactly. That is all it takes. With your low shoulders and get there as soon as you can so you can feel it for a count and flat before pushing down, using your opposite arm into the melting to your développé into plie. So you want to treat that passé almost like a pirouette, even so it starts unflat, but it needs to get there fairly quickly. All right, how about trying this one more time? And here we go. That's better, Jane. And one, same thing. go. En face. Push down. Tendez back. And one. Careful, Gregg. Land your attitude and tendez back, not any which way. There we go, Jane. That's the idea. And one. Third. Tendez back. There we go. Now demi-rond. That's a Jane. Good. Demi-rond. And finish. Okay. A lot better there, Jane, with your arms. Great. Now your arms were too wide open. Just saying for that third position. And just for the record, there is one more thing that goes into play here. Once you're in your passé balance, you have to know that you're either going forward, sideways, or backward as you're going up to your releve. Otherwise, you'll find yourself in the wrong place, and then it's really difficult to correct. Variation on this theme, and the plié and passé to fourth, and the plié and passé to fourth, and the plié and passé to balancer, chassé, plié en dehors to your fourth, plié single to fourth, close your fifth, single to fourth front, close your fifth, open à la seconde two balances. Chassé forward, plié, en dehors to your fourth. All you have to do is close fifth back. Is that all making sense? And wherever you land, that's where you stay. Just close that foot into your fifth. All turns go to the same side.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Are we good to mark this?
Yeah.
How's Jane doing?
Okay.
Okay. Pirouettes to fourth. Close your fifth. Up. Fourth. Close your fifth. Up. Fourth. Close your fifth. Up. Balance. Chasse. Plie. Pirouette. Fifth. Okay. Remember, there's a coupé before a passé. There's a squeezing of your toes before your knee does anything else. Here we go. decisively backward or forward. That's it, Jane. Decisively sideways. That wasn't quite decisively enough. And one. That was better. All right. Take a breather. Now, one would have hoped that if one attaches that passe 3 times to that standing leg, that might just help once you get your turns from 4th. As I say, one would have hoped. Careful, Gregg. Don't just hoist that knee up there and let everything turn in. Remember, on the oar means your knee needs to drive it, not your standing leg. Right now, we are just a tidal lopsided.
Yeah.
Jane, just a little bit too slow into your rally. Yeah, everything at the same time. Boof. Knowing which way you're going into your landing, of course. All right. How about having this one more time? And here we go. Quick. That's it. 1. Quick. Careful, let your knee lead the action, Gregg. Not your standing leg. Knee. Especially now. Better. And 3. 1. And relax. All right. Let's blame it on Thursday. What do you say? But never fear. It won't change side, but it is totally fine. 4th and the 5th, and the 2nd and 5th, from 5th to Tendelier, that was in coupé. Assemblée, changement, assemblée, changement, chassé, en dedans and coupé, close 5th. Repeat. 4th and the 5th, and the 2nd and 5th, from there on the oar to Tendelier. Assemblée, changement, the other assemblée, changement, chassé, en dedans, close 5th. So it doesn't go right, left, it always finishes up on the same side. Which means we get a redo. 4th, 5th, 2nd, 5th, from that 5th, on the oar and coupé to Tendelier side. Left foot closes in front. En dedans, assemblée, changement. Left assemblée, changement. Chassé. En dedans, close 5th. You're ready to go once again on the same side. How are we doing on logistics? Questions, comments, complaints, or concerns? And we want to turn in coupé front quick, just saying. So it comes from the back, goes to the front, opens to second. And tendu. Yep, assemblé. Nope, assemblé. Done with échappés. After tendu comes an assemblé, then a changement, then left assemblé. That goes over, under. One more changement. Chassé forward. En dedans. Nope. 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 One changement too many. Assemblée right changement, assemblée left changement, chassé forward.
Oh,
Yeah. Are we good to mark this?
okay.
All right, let's see what happens. Fourth, second, go. Tendu, assemblée, assemblée, chassé, close. Is it something I said, Greg?
No.
Good. Careful, what is tricky is getting that assemblée out there after you're on the or in tendu. So you really have to know that it comes next. As soon as your left foot closes in front, that right foot needs to disengage. Are we good?
Yeah.
Are we good to give this a try?
Yeah.
Here we go. Easy elbows. And that's the idea, Jane. And relax. Okay. Almost. You might want to start just a little further back. Yeah, Greg, just don't get flummoxed. I start a little bit further upstage so you're not running out of space. Assuming that we achieve 2 sets. Okay, here we go. Left foot would start in front. And. No, we both get flummoxed. But that's a good thing because I plan to repeat it with 1.5 Cs anyway. It only can get worse, can it not? Remember, on the or closing arm, opening knee, on the dong, closing arm, and forward pushing heel. Together, of course, now with a decisive spot change. Hopefully at the beginning of your turn. All right. Once you land your turn, you have to jump right out of that fifth into your next échappé if you really want to do both. The same side twice. So careful, your life doesn't end after your on the long turn. Here we go. And. And for this 1.5 turns, good question. 1.5 turns means that we are changing our spot for the on the or and for the on the down.
Oh.
Ja. Pourquoi pas? And just because it changes spot doesn't mean that you have to soften your knock over. Yeah, keep your axis where it is supposed to be. Here we go. Let's try this one more time on the right. What do you say? And here we go. That's it, Gregg. And relax. Wait. Only one more side to go. Gregg, when your future self is watching your present self, you might want to ask your present self in the future, was that really a first position in my arms? And was that really a coupe in my turns? All right, here we go. Left side before we say goodbye for today. And here we go. Quick toes, easy knees. Pick yourself up with your fingertips. That's more like it. And Jane, careful. All right. I know. We could have that left side one more time as one redemption side.
Okay.
Jane, closing arm faster into your underarm. It's that one that is lagging behind. It's that one that is reaching for the bar. That one. It needs to come forward instead. Okay, here we go. I leave it up to you if you want to go once or twice. And here we go. That's it. A little better there, Jane. All right. Let's stop the bleeding, shall we? Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see this one again tomorrow if I remember.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.